Hey, welcome back to Dark Isles Gaming. We're here, and by we I mean Randy and I. Looks like we're playing Super Mario Brothers, apparently. Because,
Sacrilege. It's sacrilege.
Of the fireball spinning around thing. That's real original.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, come on, Nintendo. Quit ripping off Mario. What
Quit reusing assets for different franchises.
Shit. Oh, I suck at this.
It is funny how many little homages to Mario are in the Zelda games. Is the adverse true as well? I don't remember seeing Zelda references in Mario games. Can you think of any?
Not off the top of my head, no.
I wonder if Mario Odyssey has any, because that game's big enough that they could hide things, little Easter eggs in there.
Yeah. I don't know, I still haven't played it.
You still haven't played Mario Odyssey? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's good. I like it a lot. I mean, I do like it more than Mario 64, which, Jesus, don't come at me in the comments, but...
Do people actually prefer that one?
Mario 64? Oh, I'm sure. I mean...
Huh. Oh, hello.
I mean, people love Mario Odyssey. When it came out, it was pretty well beloved by all, but... I mean, nostalgia will get the better of people sometimes. The big thing about Mario
Can I not?
64 was...
Can I not get
it's a puzzle. You gotta slide from the top down so you can be going fast enough. Or maybe I'm just making that up, but this seems like those old... There's some rooms in Pokemon that are puzzles that are exactly like this. And you slide across the ice and you have to be... It's literally this. Which, being that we found out earlier that Nintendo reuses assets, that's probably what they did with Pokemon. They're like, let's use this strategy.
Oh, damn it.
You waited until the exact moment you shouldn't have gone. There you go, Steve.
Alright. Oh.
Hey,
He's
I actually did something this playthrough.
Wiggling. Oh, hello.
After the first 2 episodes, and they handed it off to you.
I know, I think the description on all these still says, let's see how many pots Ramiro breaks. It's like
the Tootsie Roll Blow Pop Owl. 1, 2, 3. 3 licks to get to the center of the Tootsie Pop. They came up with that number. I forget what it was, 1,000 something. It was a lot less than I would have expected.
Wait, could I have just...
Actually, it might not even have been that much. What? You what?
I feel like I could have... I don't know. Maybe it's a trick.
I don't know. Look, it's a trap.
I don't have the big key. No, okay. So I couldn't have got in that chest anyway. Oh, hello. Bitch. Let me eat you.
Oh, yeah, freaking phantoms flying around.
Oh.
What's the difference between a phantom and a regular ghost?
Phantoms wear sunglasses.
Is that a reference I'm not getting or something?
Oh. No, the word phantom just sounds cooler.
It does.
Oh, what kind of poppycock is this?
That sounds like something Joe Biden would say. That's a load of malarkey.
Oh my god. You gonna wiggle at me? No, you're not.
Look, now you have the fire leaf.
Hello.
This is all just a ripoff of Mario. the fire leaf, or what is it? Yeah, the fire leaf thing in Mario.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I've never made it this far in this game, so I have you
This
to
is
thank
like
for
the
that.
most annoying dungeon.
Look at
I
that.
want
Did
to
they
go that
reuse
way.
Psyduck and just change the color for Pokemon? Look at this guy.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's like his cracked out cousin.
Exactly. Oh, you're gonna have to do that thing again. Oh, no, maybe
Do what
not.
thing?
I thought you were gonna have to slide
Oh.
back and. So is there like another boss battle up at the end of this, or what?
Yeah, yeah.
I was gonna bring something up. What was it? Oh, did you see they announced Grand Theft Auto, Vice City, San Andreas, and or 3 Grand Theft Auto and or God damn it, let me use my words. They're porting Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and San Andreas to the Switch, and they're like remastered versions.
Yeah, I saw something online not too long ago where they were like that the Grand Theft Auto trilogy disappeared.
Wait,
And I was
what?
like, so yeah, it sounded like it was one of those things where it's like I didn't read the article, but like the title sounded like, oh, it was on like the trilogy was on the eShop for the Switch and they took it away or something. And I was like, okay, well that blows, you know. And then I did see something yesterday about them putting out remastered versions.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I was originally seeing, but
I know that if you get it digitally, the digital version comes out like a week or two before the physical version, something like that.
that's weird.
That's not the first game to do that. There's been several that have done that actually.
Huh. You would think it'd be the other way around.
Well, yeah, but I guess it's easier for them to push digital anyway. Plus, they probably are trying to push digital sales more anyway, and pretty much every game, for the most part, its peak sales, like its highest number of sales, come in the first week or two, on average, you know.
Sure.
So if they kind of, you know, physical copies cost them more to make, they don't make as much money on a physical copy as they do a digital copy, obviously, because there's no printing to be done, no pressing, no shipping, no, you know. So they make a lot more on digital. They just flip a switch and there it is. And they get to keep all the royalties if, you know, you can't buy used, can't sell your game when you're done, and then have that be on the market for someone else to buy instead of buying a brand new copy.
Yeah.
Which is another reason I'm so stuck in the physical media landscape. I just don't trust people with digital enough. And I think I've been proven right so far with what's happened between, you know, the Wii eShop, the Wii U eShop, the Sony PlayStation PSP store, the Vita store, the PS3 store. I have less examples with Microsoft and the Xbox, but what's up?
Nah, I was reading. I think I feel like I could have gone through the doorway, but
You fucked it.
Well, I got 2 keys. And it was like, this feels like it might be a waste of a key, but no, maybe not. Yeah.
Is that where you came from? Yeah, that was the earlier place.
Shit. Yeah, we got to backtrack. This is why I hate this dungeon. This is where I want to be, yes.
I'm trying to think of what those crazy purple things remind me of.
Oh, hey. Blue tunic.
Reduces damage. Cool. So you basically just got HP up.
Look at that. Yeah. I like the color choices.
Yeah.
Or his hat's yellow instead of blue.
I wish you could dye his hair, though.
You don't like the pink?
Not particularly crazy about it. I don't have anything wrong with pink. It's not my least favorite color, but my favorite color is probably, my least favorite color is probably brown, which is funny because I've been looking into a set of audiophile headphones.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I have good headphones, like reference studio headphones. I have the Shure SR-H 940s. And I remember when I bought those because of my buddy. Do you remember Jake Drown?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I saw him today for the first time in like 10 years. We almost moved in together back when we were like 19, which is really random. But I saw him today at the wedding I was at. And he's the one who got me he convinced me. He's like, you need to buy those Shures, blah, 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 blah. Which I don't regret buying in hindsight. I think at the time they were like $500, and it was the most by far I'd ever spent on headphones. I listened to it, and I remember,
you really want to spend some cash.
Well, and I did, and they served me well, and I still have them. They work great. The head stock, whatever, the part of the top that actually touches your head is a little worse for wear, but it, quality wise, everything else is still there. Sound, everything's good. They're a little harder to drive. They're like, I think I looked it up, and I don't remember if it was 85 ohms or 55 ohms of impedance, but I've been looking at these headphones called Focal Stelias. And then I was looking at the Focal Clear MGs. This French company, they're pretty well respected in the audiophile community, the headphone community, whatever. Yeah, I think they do speakers too, but they're like $3,000. They're literally $3,000.
What the fuck?
And they're only 30 ohms, I think. So like even your phone will power it plenty. Like it'll get loud enough to where it doesn't have trouble playing from your phone or whatever. So that's nice. But they're closed back, and those Shure reference headphones I have are closed back. I was looking at getting something open. So I looked into the Clear. I think they're called the Clear MG. And those are open back. I think those are only 50. Yeah, they're literally half. I think they're 1,500. And I'm like, man, maybe I should just get those. The reason I bring that up, they're all brown, which is weird because it's like my least favorite color, but it looks really good on these headphones, and I kind of want it. So I don't know. I haven't quite made my decision yet, but I've narrowed it down between those two, I think. But again, the reason I brought the Shures up, I remember when I listened to them, I was like, oh my god, everything sounds incredible through these, and it did. Like I could literally hear. It was nuts. I'd never experienced it up until that point where there were songs that I had been listening to my entire life, and I was listening to them again on those, and I was catching details and things in the mix that I had no idea were ever there before.
Oh my god, there's a
like
fucking key right there.
To the point where you can hear the musicians shuffling around in their seat while they're playing like acoustic guitar or something. It's just insane. So I want to get like pleasure listening headphones, and I always thought like, oh, you know, these are great because I can hear everything and blah blah blah, and it's flat. But then I learned, you know, with experience, it's like, oh man, that's not actually what you really want when you're just pleasure listening. You know, if you're analyzing something, you're being really analytical, and you want to make sure that it's gonna sound good everywhere. You listen to them through those. There's something like the Shure SRH 940s. Whereas when you're just listening to music because you want to enjoy it, you really do need it kind of colored up, which is, I think, why people love vinyl so much. Why vinyl kind of never died completely.
Yeah, because it's so
they
warm.
Always say, it's like, it's not technically better quality. Everyone says, oh, it sounds better. Well, that's an objective thing. Or I'm sorry, that's a subjective thing. Objectively, CD quality is like as high as we've been able to achieve digitally. I mean, you have lossless now digitally as well, you know, but that's all FLAC or whatever. It's a whole other thing. But so like those actually sound technically on paper, it's cleaner and better audio quality than vinyl, definitely than cassette. Cassette was always notorious for being dirty sounding. But people enjoy, they say vinyl sounds best. Nothing sounds better than it does on vinyl. And I think that's just the subjective thing of, well, it's coloring the music, you know, depending on your speakers, depending on the quality of the needle you're spinning it on, the record itself. You know, if it's dusty, it's literally gonna come through in the music. And
right.
I just think it's funny because people are always like, no, it sounds a lot better. And I always thought, like, that's stupid. Now, I listen to vinyl, and it's not like I'm snobby about it. It's not my favorite. It is cool, and I see what they mean. But it's the same idea with these headphones. It's like, you listen to something with reference flat, you're not going to have any bass hardly. I mean, you're going to have the amount of bass that's supposed to be there that was mixed to factor in the fact that people will usually turn their bass up in their cars or whatever. So, I don't know. But that, and the fact that those headphones are brown, and I was talking about how brown's probably my least favorite color, even more so than pink.
Yeah, that's, I've noticed a lot of like audiophile equipment will be brown or wood grain.
Brown leather, and yeah. Yeah, I think.
I mean, hell, those computer speakers that I was using for years,
the Polk audio,
specifically for what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Specifically just to like enjoy music through or whatever.
Not reference, just the pleasure listening. Yeah.
Yeah, because like, I mean, the reason I got them when I did was because it was like I had those shitty reference monitors, and that had like no low end, but those Polk, you know, listening speakers had extra low end. But anyway, they had like wood grain on the sides of them and shit.
Yeah, I like the wood grain finishes. I've always, you know, most of my drum sets have been like natural wood for the most part, in some form or another. But I always appreciate the natural wood colors, but brown itself. But man, those headphones look really, really nice. Like, it's not, and I mean, it doesn't matter what they look like necessarily, but I'd be lying if I said like they're $3,000.
Yeah, then it matters.
Yeah, I mean,
at that point, I mean,
you're paying for the whole package. Yeah, I mean, like, I better have a nice unboxing experience, like to where I can record it and upload it as an ASMR video.
Yeah, they better look good for that ASMR video. I think my reference monitors were like $200 or $300. And at that price range, you're like, how they sound is all that matters.
Right.
Like, I don't care what they look like, you know.
Well, what's funny is I did a bunch of research when I was getting my reference monitors, and I was redoing my office, and
God damn it!
I was redoing my office because I had like a big wooden desk and kind of neutral colors, pretty kind of warmer, and I had an iMac, I had a big iMac at the time, and I never could justify that big of a computer, like, for what I use it for at the time.
Yeah.
Like, I know it was silly, it was overkill and all that, but it was like an all-in-one with a giant screen. I thought it was great. So I put it on that desk. And then when I wanted to remodel, kind of change my room around my office, I went with a white and black theme, because it first started because I was building a PC, and I was like, well, the whole room got themed around the PC that I built. It was the first one I ever built, and when I get into something, I get heavy into it, and I research the shit out of it for a long time before I make any moves. And so I did that with that computer, but then it came time to, like, I pieced everything together pretty much how I wanted, and then I was like, oh, I need to pick a case. I had the hardest time deciding on a case, because everything else, it was pretty much like, well, what's the top tier graphics card? Well, such and such. Okay, well, I'm just doing that. Fuck it. When it came time to the CPU, I basically just made sure I got something that wouldn't get bottlenecked, but I didn't need overkill CPU for what I was going to use it for. So I was like, all right, got that taken care of, and then power supplies, just spend decent money on a power supply. That's like the most important part, ironically. The most boring part's the most important part, basically. And, all the little nicks and knacks that go into PC. I put a Blu-ray drive in there because I'm such a whore for physical media still, and that was hard to find, because even a few years ago when I built it, it was like already kind of phasing out. But
yeah,
I started with that. When I finally decided on a case, I found this awesome white and black looking case. I don't remember what company made it, NZXT or whatever the fuck, I forget they're called. It was black and white, and I was like, and I made the lights inside blue. So I was like, okay, there's my theme for the office. So I made everything. You've been in it, you've seen it. Everything's white and black.
Yeah.
And so, entertainment center, the desk. I went to IKEA, got the Alex/Lindman tabletop thing that everyone uses. But I did kind of my own spin on it. It's not unique because I've seen others do it, but the Alex drawers are white, and then the tabletop is black, and then a white Alex, like, I forget, riser or whatever section. And I got the longest desk I could, so I had a bunch of room for giant monitors, and I was like, okay, time to shop for monitors. So I had everything else done, shelving in the room, everything was done. The last piece was, actually I should say second to last piece, because the last piece, we were talking about vinyl, was a black and white record player that I found. So that worked perfect. And but the monitors, I did a ton of research on what was like the cream of the crop. I shouldn't say cream of the crop, because cream of the crop is like General X and stuff like that. And I was like, I'm not spending fucking $7,000 on reference monitors right now.
Yeah.
So with my research, I kind of settled on the Yamaha NS10s, but those are hard to find. They're kind of pricey. They're really old. And then, further research, they said, the Yamaha HS8s, they're kind of like, they're made to be the successors to the old NS10s, and they're really, really good. A lot of people will say the NS10s are still better, but the HS8s are, for all intents and purposes, supposed to be the same thing. And the great thing was they had them they had the black cabinet with the white speaker cone, but I was like, no, I want the other thing. I want the white cabinet with the black speaker, or kind of black outline. I was like, that's perfect, because it goes on the black tabletop and there's contrast everywhere. So I settled on those, and those are
Right.
great. And it worked out because they're like, everyone praises those monitors to high hell and back.
Right.
You got your set, right, too? Didn't you get a set?
Yep.
Did you get the 7s, or you stuck with the 8s?
Yeah, they're the 8s.
Okay, yeah, good choice, because the 8s are great by themselves. You don't need a sub. Well, for everyone says if you get the 5s, you definitely need a sub. And if you get the 7s, you'll want a sub eventually. Because if you compare them to the 8s are perfect on their own. Actually, if you add a sub to the 8s, it's almost too much. So it worked out nice because, aesthetically and practically, and they're not that expensive. I mean, they're what, like $350 a piece or something, $400 a piece, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say it was like $7 for both monitors and the stand.
Yeah, you got a bundle. Yeah. I remember now.
Yeah, the only thing people don't like, the only thing I've seen anybody say they don't like about them, other than just preferring something else, is that Yamaha did like nothing to shield the inside of them.
From
so
like staticky or what?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because because Jesus, get out of here. Die. I can hear quite a bit through mine, like staticky electricity kind of stuff.
Right.
Because the one is kind of close to all those external old hard drives, so when they spin up, you can kind of hear it.
I was gonna say, is it that or your cable even, or yeah?
Well, the other one, god damn it. My left one is like within a foot of my router, and the wireless connector thing for that security camera. So this is actually kind of funny. So that one's it's egregious. So if you're just like sitting in silence, or like you're working on a song but it's kind of a quiet part, you can definitely hear things through that one. I actually put next to my router a container of those Clorox wipes, like the round cylinder, and that cut the static, that cut the sound quite a bit, putting that in between the monitor and the router. Because it's like, I don't know if it's absorbing or redirecting, or but being a liquid.
Well, and I was gonna say it's full of liquid inside too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like at the bottom,
that's just like permanently.
Yeah,
that one's permanently sitting there just to block out. It cut out a lot of it.
You should get like 3 or 4 more. Actually, for the HS8s, you'd need get like 5 more, and make that your monitor stand. Make it a right old monitor stand for them.
Yeah, that's but yeah, I looked into it, and people actually open up the HS8s and line the inside with like aluminum foil, and that kills the problem. And I'm like, I'm not doing all that.
Holy cow, I didn't know that was a thing. Luckily, I guess mine's not. I guess I don't have that issue with mine. The only thing I've got next to it, I have another set of little Bose speakers, just for extra reference, and they're like, they're really, really popular Bose computer speakers. So I use those for referencing a little bit. I guess I'm trying to think of the other stuff I have. My router, how close is your router that you're talking about on yours?
It's probably like 10 inches, 12 inches.
That's literally what my router is. Huh. I mean, from my left one.
Yeah, if you're not like, I mean, you have to I have to be sitting there. The time that I notice it is like if I'm working on one of the songs, because if I hear something like that happening, I start to wonder, like, is it the computer or is it like a VST making noise? But yeah, I can definitely hear it.
Do you remember? Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, putting that bottle in between cut it out quite a bit. And honestly, like that's one of the things that I'm glad that no live audio is recorded at my place, because I don't have to worry about shit like that.
Right.
Because that's, you know, that's when you kind of get obsessive with like having a silent running PC and all that kind of stuff, is when you're doing live audio and you don't want that shit in the background.
And just acoustic treatment all over the goddamn place. And
yeah. I'm like, a little bit of noise, it's fine.
Right. Courage can fart a shit and you'd be fine. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, like I kind of want to put a little bit of some sound foam around in here, but I want to do it mostly for decoration. And like, hey, if it cuts out some reflections, cool, but you know, it's not the main reason.
Right. By the way,
like,
if you're listening to this, Courage is Randy's dog. We didn't mention Courage the cowardly dog.
Oh yeah, I don't have like an oddly named farting roommate or something. It's the dog.
Yeah.
I do think, because you know that back wall behind my left speaker is like 5 inches from the speaker, from the Yamaha. There's like no space.
Right.
So when I do get around to putting up some foam and shit, I'm probably just gonna like cake that back wall right behind that monitor, because whatever's blowing out the whatever they call that on the back of it is definitely just hitting that wall and coming right back at me.
Yep. And then spreading out. Do you have? Is there a window on that wall, or am I thinking of? There is, right?
Yeah, about a foot away from it.
Yeah. That's the other thing. I mean, you could either get some blinds or something, but that's going to be a reflection point real bad.
True, yeah. Oh.
Oh, it's raining now in the game. Huh.
I know, it's so cinematic. And that flower is still grooving.
Oh, he's getting his nut wet now.
Do I already have the thing? Yeah, I already got it. I don't need this.
You only have room for one more thing. What the hell happens after that?
Yeah, that was actually one of the confusing things. That new one there. Where's my? So we have 2 crystals left, right? 2 dungeons.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember which one
you get of the map. I forgot.
Yeah, you get that last item in one of these dungeons, and that was actually what was confusing about that walkthrough for the last dungeon. Is it was like, if you already have this item, you can do it this way, and I was like, oh, I don't have that yet. Oh, well, that's it. And okay, well, I guess we just go right in there.
That's what she said. So, before we close this episode out, Randy, any games coming out soon that you're looking forward to, other than Pokemon? Oh, wait, that was me. Sorry. I'm actually trying to think of what's coming out. I know.
I'm
talk about the Grand Theft Auto release.
Right. Yeah.
So did you see Advance Wars got delayed?
No, I didn't.
Advance Wars got delayed today. It was supposed to come out in December, and now it's getting pushed to, I want to say, February or March.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You can fact check me on that. But I know for a fact it got delayed. Yeah, that's weird looking.
It's like a big face.
I know for a fact it got delayed. I just can't remember what month into they said. I feel like it was February or March. So, yeah, we're going to have to plan B a bit, because I think we had that scheduled in some play time in December.
Yeah.
We can always do the Minecraft stuff. Oh, did I tell you we got a server up and running? So, being that it's a server, that means we'll be able to get on whenever without one of us having to be on. We started on a buddy of mine's map, and so if you don't have a server, you can only be on when the person in charge of that world map is on at the same time. But because it's on his account, but I'm paying for it. I'm just giving him the money monthly. So we have a server, and you can just hop in whenever. I think we're paying for the low tier, so it's like a maximum of 10 players. We've got 7. Hold on. Yeah, we've got 6 or 7 players in our already. So we literally have this fort that we built, and everyone's got their own room, and they're all the rooms are the same size. And I made your room already, and I even made room for Larry, just in the event that at some point he decides to finally buy a Switch and play Minecraft and play with us.
Yeah.
We'll see. But yeah, I think that's a good place to end it. Got a clean start into... Which one did you go to, 6 or 7?
6. Misery Mire.
Misery Mire. Well, there you go.
It's
Next
the
time,
Green Palette dungeon.
Green palette. Green used to be my favorite color. Now it's silver. But I'm going to buy brown headphones, which is my least favorite color.
Well, just spray paint them silver. It'll be all right.
Yes, let me spray paint over this exorbitantly priced thing that I'm going to... Yeah, no. That sounds like a bad idea. Oh, real quick, I'm just going on tangent after tangent. I saw... What vehicle was it? It was a really expensive Mercedes, like a new model. It wasn't even an old Mercedes. It was like a newer model Mercedes. And it looks like it literally... I think they literally spray painted it black from whatever color it was. And it was a botch job. Like, they didn't clear coat it or anything, and I was just like, what the hell happened here? So that's what would happen to my headphones if I tried to do that. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, as we pass my dad in the game.
That guy in the turban down there?
Yeah. Leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications of when we're uploading, because just simply subscribing doesn't serve that purpose anymore like it used to. Man, YouTube really went downhill after Google took over.
Yeah. Next time we'll knock out another dungeon. They should go quicker than this last one.
And then what's after the last dungeon?
There's 6 and 7, and then there's
Don't tell me there's special goddamn series of dungeons.
Well, there's the 8th one, which is like the final one. You just can't do it until you do the other 7.
Oh, really? So that's another thing they copied off Mario. Unless
having 8.
There was in Super Mario World, which I guess, did that come out after this or before?
Probably before. I think it launched with the console.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So yeah.
Damn.
Because at the very end, that Bowser Island thing pops up in the water, and then you get a bunch more levels than you expected.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is just one dungeon after 7. It's like, you've got all the things now. Now you can go fight Ganon.
It's just to, like, train you like extra hard, like Vegeta in the hyperbolic time chamber, or the pod at 100 times Earth's gravity.
Yeah.
Well, now I want to go watch
See,
Dragon Ball
you bring
Z.
up DBZ, and it just makes me go, you gotta watch Abridged.
Abridged. I know. I literally had a conversation at the wedding about you and Abridged with Nick Arbogast. Because he was talking about, he started talking about Dragon Ball Z, and then he goes, oh man, he goes, I love watching Abridged. I go, you sound like Randy right now, because he's always talking about Abridged. We've referenced it like 3-4 times in Let's Play. So
Yeah. Well, you
was
talk about
funny.
him training in that pod, and there's you get to see the in Abridged, you get to see the moment that Trunks is conceived.
Oh god.
And it's not like graphically on screen or anything, but he's like training in the pod, and he's doing like the rotating in the air thing, and Bulma gets on the screen and is giving him shit for training all the time. And since he's spinning in the air, he's like, you're right side up. Now you're upside down. Now you're right side up. And she's like, will you quit it? Screaming at him. And then it cuts to like the outside shot of the house, and you can hear them like having sex. And then he screams Gallic gun, and it like shoots through the wall or whatever. And then she's like, makes a comment about wearing a condom, and he's like, the fuck's a condom? And then it cuts away.
Well, now you've officially convinced me to watch this.
It's so good.
That's all it took.
There's it's good. There's a lot of clever. There's a whole thing in there like before the Cell games. You know how like Goku and them are like, well, we got to stay in Super Saiyan and get used to it or whatever. And
right.
If you look at the Dragon Ball Z timeline, that must have been when Goten was conceived.
Right.
So there's a whole thing
Goku
in there
was actually
where,
home for 1 or 2 days.
Yeah. So there's a whole thing in there where Goku's going on about how Chi-Chi's been on him like crazy and how he can't get away from her and he just needs a break or whatever. And Krillin is making jokes about dying of dehydration while Goku's drowning in it. And it's good shit. It's good shit.
Is this still on YouTube?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
They finished it. They when they finished the end of the Cell games with like the Gohan stuff and everything, they were like, okay, we're done. We're not doing any more of it.
I remember you told me that. Well, that's a good segue.
Most of the episodes.
Do what?
I was just gonna say most of the episodes are like 10 minutes, but with the last 2, I think were half an hour a piece or whatever. It was like a big special thing.
Right. I was just gonna say that's a good segue into the fact that we're also on YouTube, and I think we're finished here for this episode.
Yeah.
All right.
Hope you enjoyed the banter-filled fun.
Very chatty
everybody out there.
Cathy over here.
Hopefully everybody out there can is enjoying Diablo 2.
For the million. When did Diablo 2 come out? 2006?
No. I want to say my guess would be like
2004.
99.
What?
Yeah. Hold on, I'll look it up.
Whoa.
But I want to guess that it's that old.
I was going by the fact that when I was working at Target, I remember us getting like new packages of Diablo 2.
June of 2000.
Damn. Well, I guess that makes sense because what we were packaging up was that battle chest I was talking about. So maybe that would have been like the compilation. It was like Diablo 1 and 2 or something. Something like that. It was, it was one of the last computer games I remember Target ever selling. So, kind of a big deal.
Good old Target.
Another big deal is how long this episode's gone on, so we should cut it here before we go on another rant.
All right, later.
Bye.